This is the Milo Sweet Podcast, where you'll learn to get unstuck. Start now. Conquer life's challenges by learning to do difficult. Find quick and clever ways to overcome. Wait, did you think life was going to be easy? Remember, all of your excuses are now dead to me. Let's get started. Guess what time it is? It's time for you to hit the subscribe button and find just 1% that you think will benefit from this. But if you're feeling a little like generous, right? Or you're super free with your time right now, probably doing nothing because you're listening to this. Well, maybe if you're doing something, actually just make yourself free right now. Hit subscribe. What are you waiting for? Hit it. Come on. Hit subscribe. You said that it was, a career was something that you just went into, and it was out of the military. What do you feel like, what drove you to go to the military, and was that in any way connected to your experience growing up without having your father in the home?
I want to touch on something that you did say before I answer your question.
Sure.
You were saying a father's impact could add to, it could also take away, because I know who my father is. We weren't close, and we didn't have a relationship, not a father and son. We knew of each other. There was some exchanges, and there was some pleasant exchanges, but there was also a lot of nasty ones. And him, if he would have been there, and he had knowledge, carpentry knowledge. From what I hear, he was a good carpenter. I've seen some of his work. I've done work with him, and he would do some good work, but he would always cut corners and whatnot. But if he would have just kept on the path that he was going and just rose, because I noticed this in generations. Like, you can see it in basketball. Like, a lot of the stars, they were like, if their father was like mediocre, they would be like a superstar. You know what I'm saying? So had I would have, having a father who, and I started thinking about this as I got older, but having a father who was like, was a master carpenter, and I'm speaking to the future that he would have had he would have not, went on his dark path or whatever. If he would have, had that master carpenter knowledge, and he's teaching me as a young child, and I'm growing up in it. I liked it when I was doing it. So I think that I would have, been like a superstar, and it could have been a lot of opportunities to expand, because I had, two other brothers, one younger, one older, and if we could have, teamed up, and we could have been buying our own properties, buying like some little beat up properties or whatever, cheap ones, and we have the knowledge of a master carpenter at our disposal. Along with what he's taught us, what we would have absorbed through the years of just growing up around him, it'd have been so easy for three people. We don't have to hire anybody. We can work for ourselves. Right. We can and then it won't cost us too much money. We would have been able to do like $1 million things on $1,000 budgets. You know what I'm saying? Because if you can buy a property for $10,000, and there were several condos we looked at. If you can buy a property for $10,000 and put another $5,000 in it, and then sell it for like $50,000 or whatever, you have a profit, and you can just keep doing that, and you're gonna expand or whatever. But I kind of went off on a tangent, but that's just just it's a broader spectrum. It's just so many avenues, so many ways things could have went. But as far as like not having a father, how did that impact my decision? You need guidance. I had no guidance from I only had a few males around that I, had respect for. The rest of them I didn't really have no respect for. Really two, you know, uh, Alex, your father, and Randall, and that was pretty much it. I didn't really have nobody else that I really, as that was a male that I would take advice from. So, um, I just, I just, yeah, I never had that guidance, and that impacted it. That impacted me because nobody really asked me those questions like that. My mom would ask me, but I don't know. I don't think it had the same weight that it would have had.
Right. Why do you
I don't
think
know.
that?
I think it's a guy thing. You know what I'm saying? Males, I think we look for dominance. You know what I'm saying? We look to establish it, and I never really had that dominant male figure in my life that I could look to or ask questions. I never did. It was a lot of questions I had, and a lot of questions I had to answer for myself, and it was through just living life. I had the question, never had the answer, but then I experienced it, then I had the answer, and sometimes it played out better for me. Sometimes it played out worse because I didn't have anybody to tell me, "Hey, you should do it this way." So it really
Right.
it's a hole that you got to climb out of. At some point, somebody has to climb out of the hole.
So the father creates this hole by not being there, or you're born in the hole and you need the dad to help you climb out. What
Well,
explain that to me.
it really goes back as far as you can, you know, as far back in generations as you can put your hands on, because his father wasn't there for him, and you know, I don't know if if my grandfather's father was there for him. So I don't know how far it goes back. I just know that it's my responsibility to not keep it going, to change it. All right. So I wasn't there.
So what
I didn't have a father. So I know how important it is to have one. I know how I felt not having one. I know how I still feel, because it's something that I never have. I'll never get a chance to experience it, and I don't want to deprive my child of that, because kids that grow up with their father, male or female, they got both parents, they grow up, they typically grow up better. You know what I'm saying? They usually are more successful. So if it's just about, at this point, it's about being the foundation and redirecting the path, because I would say the trajectory is down, because if I'm not there, if you're not there for your child, especially coming from where we come from, like, you can, it's so easy to just, start selling drugs, and it's all fun and dandy until you got to do some time. Then, it's like, it's really repetitive, because, everybody says it, like, but it's like, that's real though. Like, and it's for a lot of people, it doesn't hold any weight until it's too late, until you in that courtroom or you in that situation. So, a father's absence is very impactful. It's actually a weapon, to um, control and, I think, demoralize a people. So it's just something that just has to be redirected. Instead of it going down, I got to change it for me, my bloodline. I have to change the path, the trajectory to up.
All right, that's another episode in the books. Hello? Hello? I said it's over. Why are you still listening? Like, seriously, the episode is over. If you're still listening right now, you know what? You're probably a chronic procrastinator. Guess what? I'm still listening to. Come on, for real, seriously. We gotta go do something productive. No, like, for real. No, for real, for real. Okay, you can keep listening.